We're in Vegas and it is really, really hot. The track here actually responds to temperature a lot. When the sun is out, it's really slippery. And when the sun goes down, it gets really grippy. It's a treacherous track. It's probably one of the more dangerous tracks we do. I know you hear that all the time, but it really is here. You go into the first corner, it's like a little kink to the right, doing almost triple digits, upwards of 90 miles an hour. Then it's a big initiation along the wall. So your back bumper's against the wall there, slowing down, and essentially you have another wall that's just perpendicular to you. So you're like sliding right at a crash point. The judges are way over here with a clipping point, so you need to get on the gas to avoid hitting the wall. If you bail out and brake at that point, you'll literally crash into the wall. So you have to get on the gas to keep from hitting the wall, graze the back bumper against the wall in front of the judges, and then it's pretty straightforward, tight S-turns from there on. It's all about the first corner, it's all about commitment and big angle, and risking everything in Vegas.
Now, I know a lot of you guys are wondering if we even touch the cars in between the rounds each event. The answer to that question is yes, we do. Depending on the track conditions of the event, the weather, the track temperature, or even if it's just simply the road surface, we are always constantly making small changes on the car. Now, specifically for here at Las Vegas, because the weather is so hot, it was about 107 degrees all day long, the track temperature is affected, the motor performance is greatly affected, and to compensate for those changes, we got to make small detailed changes on the suspension and the tire pressure settings. After one run, the tire pressures would go from about 32 psi to about 40. So we release some air out to compensate for that change and try to get the performance up to par from there. So we just finished our event here at Formula Drift Las Vegas. I just want to say luck wasn't quite on our side this weekend, and we had a few issues with the suspension and the gearbox. First of all, starting off with practice, we started off having a few decent runs. I was getting warmed up into the runs. Maybe 2 runs into it, I started noticing some severe heavy understeer going into turn 1. I did one more lap until the front driver's side lower control arm snapped in half as I came exiting off of the final turn. Luckily though, it happened off the track, because if it happened on the track going 95 miles an hour, it would have been very, very nasty. We could have probably came off the track with the car in a million pieces, and I probably would have had a few broken bones. So Qualify is about to start, and we only have 30 minutes to get this problem fixed. We find out that we don't have a spare lower control arm, so the only option we have is to actually take out the existing broken control arm and somehow piece it together again. Thankfully, the guys at the Rockstar Scion racing team helped us out with welding the control arm, and unfortunately we had to skip out on the first run, but we managed to get the car together running before the second run. We pulled off a run for the second run without any mistakes, but it just wasn't good enough for the judges, and sometimes things just don't work your way. But we now know why the car was understeering pretty bad, so we'll get that problem fixed. And since Sonoma is one of my favorite tracks, we have a podium finish there, so hopefully we'll come back even stronger, and I'll see you guys in Sonoma.
Going into the round of 32 is one of the trickier parts of the event, because you never know who you're going to get. I was up against somebody that, luckily, I've gone tandem with many times, Eric O'Sullivan from Ireland in his Subaru. And I led him first, and I don't know exactly what happened behind me, but following him, I almost couldn't stick with him, but had a pretty close round, ended up catching up to him at the end, and that was that, moved on. In the round of 16, unfortunately, I got a hold of Samuel, who is the #1 qualifier of the event. I knew because I was following first that I'd have to stick on him. I got a brand new set of Hancooks. They were as grippy as they can get. His car is ridiculously quick in the straight line, but the Rockstar Scion stuck with him. Made it into the first corner, initiated right with him. Everything was looking good. I don't know if he corrected or anything. I don't think so, but maybe I charged about 3% too much, and I just barely nudged him. But it surprised him enough that he straightened out. And because he straightened out, and it was in part due to my contact, I lost the round. So I went out in the round of 16. In the championship, it cost me a lot. I hope that Samuel will now take out JR. Sorry, JR, but that's the breaks. And in Sonoma, Gonna have to turn the heat on, a place that I've done well before, to climb back up the championship ranks.